NGB is always here to help.
Thank you, NGB.
No, thank you.
What would we do without NGB?
They're always so helpful.
Thanks, NGB! Thanks, NGB.
Always here to help.
Wow, thanks, NGB.
Always happy to help. I'm no hero. I'm just doing my job.
Let's hear it for NGB, huh?
Wake up.
Hey, Jim.
We have customers to take care of. Welcome to NGB. How can we help you?
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Marblehead Veterans Middle School Field for today's Magicians softball game between the visiting rival Big Blue and the Magicians. And first pitch from Ruby Calianes in there for a strike, foul tip back to the umpire and off his mask, so he's going to take a minute. And we'll take a minute to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner and bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. And be sure to stay tuned to the end of the game. I'll announce the Marblehead Sports Shop player of the game. The umpire's got his mask back on. He looks to be all right. And he's calling everybody back in. Get set up. It is Olivia Barleta, the leadoff hitter. Down 0-1 in the count. Calianes fires a little bit low. 1-1. That one's too high from Ruby, 2-1, back-to-back balls. Swampscott comes into the game with a 4-10 record. They're 3-7 in the NEC. The Magicians are 6-9 overall. They've been battling through the injury bug as of late. They're coming off a 12-0 win over Winthrop. That's ball 4, so first pitch was foul tip, and then 4 straight balls from Ruby Calianes, and she has had trouble with her control this season. She's out there a lot, but every time she's out there, usually a bunch of walks, except for when she faces Winthrop. No walks in the 12-0 win, 11 strikeouts. She's beat Winthrop twice this year, both 12-0 wins, Mercy Rule style. Magicians also beat this Swampscott team at Swampscott on April 26th by a 15-3 score. They'd love to repeat that here today and string back-to-back wins together. This one's popped up. It may stay in play. Luca Bornhurst, mask off, looking for it. But it is Tessa Andriano who comes in from third base to make the play right up against the fencing. So 1 out. The foul out by Haskell. That will bring up Madison Lilly. She swings through that one, just gets a piece, fouls it to the backstop. The Magicians have only won back-to-back games twice this year. Their first Winthrop win, and then they followed that up with a Beverly win. And then when they beat Swampscott, that sparked a 2-game win streak where they went on to beat Whittier Tech 17-14 against Whittier Tech. That was a crazy scoring game. Highest scoring output of the season by far for the Magicians. And they gunned down the runner at second base, Bornhurst. What a throw to get Barleta. You don't see that very often, but Luca Bornhurst, one of the best around in the catcher position, shows off the arm. And that's a caught stealing by the Swampscott leadoff hitter. Base is empty now with 2 strikes and 2 down. And a foul tip from Lilly. So early walks in the inning usually cost the pitcher, and Calientes is out of the jam. That one's too high. If Lilly will reach, cleanup hitter Lily Rice is on. You go from Madison Lilly to Lily Rice, and that is strike 3 looking for Madison Lilly. First strikeout for Calientes. 1-2-3. Despite the walk, go the Big Blue in the top of the first. Bottom half of the first inning, it'll be Isabel Mortensen, Haley Schmidt, and Luca Bornhurst for the Magicians. Try to spark some early magic here. And pitch number 1 from Mia Tringle, who is just an 8th grader, is a ball. This is senior day, and it's not very well represented. There's only 1 senior on both of these rosters, 2 combined. 1 senior for the visitors is Megan Baker. She wears number 4 and is not in, oh yeah, she is in the starting lineup today. She'll be hitting 8th and playing left field. That ball's up through the middle, ground ball, leadoff single for Mortensen. Well, both teams get the leadoff hitter aboard in different fashions. See if the Magicians can drive her home. Swampscott had no luck getting Barleta across. She was thrown out stealing. And then for the Magicians, Anna Babowski is the only senior on the roster. She will also be hitting 8th, and she'll be the designated player today, just hitting. Foul ball on the bunt attempt. Tradition here for the Magicians seniors is to run the bases, and then you're awarded flowers when you get to home. So Anna was the lone runner today, given high fives by everybody as she circled the diamond. Mortensen successful on the steal on strike number 2, which is not to Haley Schmidt. Hitting right now, unless Haley changed her number. I don't know who's hitting. That pitch is in the dirt to the backstop, and Mortensen will easily move to third. So just like that, a steal and a pass ball. Number 2 is not on there. She's wearing number 2, not the number 2 hitter. So, yeah, I would think it is Haley. But regardless, Mortensen is on third, no outs, full count here. 3-2 pitch coming from the 8th grader. And it's up the middle. 1 run across for the Magicians. And I guess that is Haley Schmidt wearing a new number today, wearing number 2, not 6, maybe just a typo. RBI for Schmidt. Back-to-back singles up the middle, putting the bat on the ball nicely. And this brings up Luca Bornhurst. 2 home runs this season for Luca. Strike 1 across the outside part of the plate. Luca had a stretch recently with 2 home runs and 2 triples in a stretch of 5 games. Triples in back-to-back games against Salem and Saugus. Homers against, I believe it was Whittier and maybe Masco. There's another stolen base, this time by Haley Schmidt. But both runners that have reached have swiped second. She's in scoring position. The Magicians trying to lay the hurt on the Big Blue here early on in the first. With the 1-0 lead, no outs. Bornhurst showing off the muscles, takes a big hack, but the ball's down low, wasted a ball there. It's 1-2. And strike 3. Down goes Bornhurst. That'll bring up Ruby Calianes. Gonna try to help herself out here against the opposing pitcher. Ruby immediately shows bunt, pulls it back. Still a strike, throw down to third. In time, but underneath the tag goes Schmidt. Second stolen base while she's out there. And she's on third. Infield is in. 1 hopper to the catcher, nice scoop. Swampscott's got Baker in left, Miller in right, Barleta in center, out in the outfield. They're on the move with every pitch, taking a few steps in to back up the infield if there are throws. Calianes with 2-1. That gets by the catcher and they score. Schmidt, an easy time working her way around the bases. 2 stolen bases and a pass ball gets her there. And it's 2-0 Magicians. So now the bases are empty for Calianes on the 3-1, and she dribbles it foul. Two leadoff singles, 3 stolen bases, 2 passed balls, and it's 2-0. Calianes ground ball routine to second, and they make the play. It's Haskell. Easy throw over to Lilly. Second out of the inning. That'll bring up Tessa Andriano, freshman. Heck of an athlete. Tessa's going to have a big-time career here over the next few years. Was named an all-star for the girls basketball team this winter, just a freshman. Very impressive to do that. She missed some time recently here on the softball field with an ankle sprain, but good to see her back out there. She looks at ball number 2 from Tringle. Here's the pitch. That's right across the plate. Strike 1. Andriano taking the whole way. That one's low. 3-1. 2 outs. Hitters count here for Andriano. Tringle's got to give her something good. And outside. Off the plate. First walk, but Andriano is on. Let's see if they can get her home like they did Mortensen and Schmidt. That brings up Sophia Hallisey. Not sure if that was a swing or a bunt. Strike on Hallisey. There is the bunt laid perfectly, and it's picked up by the third baseman. Maybe the wrong play there might have rolled foul. Now, Melanie Blood over at third picked it up just before the chalk. And Hallisey on first easily by that point. So it ends up being a perfect bunt for Sophia. Now runners on first and second, and a strike to Ava Walton. Walton playing second today with Calientes pitching. Looks at one outside there to even the count at 1. Magicians have 3 singles and have walked, scored twice, bottom of the first inning, jumping out early on their rivals. Walton swings over that one. It's 1-2. And with 2 runners on, Tringle's going to look to get out of this little pickle that she's put herself in. Floats one in there. Walton watches it. The 2-2. Walton just gets a piece. Nubs it foul. Big spot here for Walton. Could really open it up with anything to the outfield. Tringle toes the rubber. Hard grounder to short. Nice play made there. And that ends the inning, but it's not before the Magicians strike twice. They lead it 2-0 after the first. Top 2. And it is Rice to lead it off. Lily Rice, cleanup hitter, designated player. Only going to hit today. Let's see if she can get the job done for the Big Blue, who trail it 2-0 as they come up here for the second time. She swings through the first pitch from Ruby Calientes, who got the previous batter to strike out to end the first. And she's quickly up 0-2 on Rice. Three straight, and that's an easy work of Rice right there. Back-to-back Ks for Ruby Calientes. See if she can find a groove coming off that 11 strikeout win over the Vikings from Winthrop. That's an offer for sure. Lauren Fahey couldn't hold up. Strike 1. 4 straight swinging strikes. Big Blue up there being aggressive, just can't find the ball. That pitch is low from Calientes. 1-1. Fahey got a piece of that one. Second strike, 1-2 the count. Looking for 3 straight strikeouts here for Ruby. And that'll do it. That one's looking One of the best pitches from Calianes on the afternoon. Fahey watches it go by. 3 straight strikeouts. After the leadoff walk, this is great to see from Calianes, settling in nicely here as the innings fold over. A push bunt, foul. That's what you're not supposed to do. Push forward, let the ball come to the bat. This is Delaney Miller, freshman. 1-1 now. Mentioned just 1 senior on either roster. Swampscott only has 1 junior as well, 4 sophomores, 6 freshmen. There's strike 2 from Calianes. 6 8th graders and even a 7th grader on the roster. 2 of the youngest teams around. The 2-2. Strike 3. And Calianes strikes out the side. 4 straight. 3 up, 3 down, all by way of the K. And Calianes dominating in the top of the second. It's 2-0 Magicians. We're back, bottom half of the second inning. The 1 senior on the Magicians roster, Anna Babowski, will lead us off here. 2-0 lead. Mortensen and Schmidt both reached. Both worked their way around the bases on stolen bases and passed balls and scored in the first. First pitch from Tringle is a ball. Babowski not playing the field today, just doing the hitting. He's a designated player. Time called briefly. Tringle's ready. Look like off speed and also off the plate for ball number 2. Sails that one to the backstop. Over the head of Fahey doing the catch in. And it's 3-0. Guarantee Babowski will keep that bat on her shoulder for this pitch. Or in the upright position. Strike 1. Now a hitter's count. Let's see if she'll swing away here. Looks at strike 2. Just around the knees, good pitch. Well, back-to-back strikes, pushes the count full. And Tringle battles back and gets Babowski from a 3-0 count to a strikeout. That's a thing of beauty if you are the pitcher in that situation. That brings up Ashley Mortensen, number 9 hitter. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Tringle picks it up. It's going to be a close play, and she gets her. And luckily nobody on base, Swampscott, because they can't make the throw back to the pitcher. Well, they make the 15-foot throw that counts, and Ashley Mortensen is retired. 2 up, 2 down here in the second for the Magicians. That brings up Lila McGovern. And McGovern hits this off the side of the bat. Opposite way, lands inside the foul line, and that's a dub. A slice job for McGovern. She finds herself at second base with 2 outs. The Magicians have a chance for a 2-out rally, or at least get the 3rd run across. Put some more pressure on the Big Blue. Brings up the top of the order. Mortensen, 1 for 1 with a single. Stolen base and run scored. Oh, my mistake. We're back to Haley Schmidt. So McGovern is not hitting. That's my mistake. The double was by Mortensen. And now it's Schmidt in the box. One and one on Schmidt. She stole 2 bases on her way home. Scoring on a pass ball as the second run. Two and one on the pitch, too high. Luca Bornhurst in the box with the catcher's gear on. Ready to make that quick transition one way or the other. Here's a 2-1 from Tringle. Floats in there. A little too high. Above the letters, ball 3. Tringle got the first 2 hitters, now in some trouble. Schmidt swings through that one. Count is full. Looked like that one ran in on her hands a bit. Three-two, 2 outs, bottom 2. The pitch is low, and that will load the bases. Excuse me, not load the bases, first and third. It's a ball, not a drop strike, so. Bornhurst up with 2 on for the second time. Struck out in the first. Way late on that one. Slow throw down to second, and Schmidt has her 3rd stolen base of the afternoon. Just the second inning. And she is hurt. Coach Gold and Coach Norman out to check on her, and then bring out the training staff. Wasn't much of a reaction from her to tell that she was hurt initially. Did have a high ankle sprain earlier in the year. See if she can get back to her feet. May have re-aggravated that. Looks like she's going to be all right. And maybe not. Yeah, now limping a little bit as she walks off. So the steal was successful, but she pays the price, and her day might be done. They'll bring in Clara Donovan, to run for her. But it's second and third for Bornhurst at the plate with 2 outs. Looking to add to the lead. Prime opportunity to do it. 2-out rally. Possible here for the Magicians. Babowski struck out to start the inning. Mortensen grounded back to the pitcher. And then a double and a walk. It's Mortensen on third, and now Donovan on second, taking the place of the injured Schmidt, who is getting her left ankle worked on. She had a brace on the right one. It looks like the left one is the injured one on this play. Put her back out there, and I can have a Kirk Gibson call. With two bad ankles. Bornhurst, one of the best hitters in the lineup. One strike on her, 2 outs. Swing and miss, but the ball got by the catcher. 1 run scores, then the catcher throws it by the pitcher, and 2 runs score. And that is an easy way to clear the bases. Self-inflicted by Swampscott. It is 4-0. That is the 3rd run scored on pass balls. Mortensen has now scored twice. The 2 spot has scored twice. Schmidt and Donovan each with 1. Bornhurst, base is cleared now for the 0-2 pitch. In the dirt. Bornhurst swings at another pitch in the dirt, strikes out for the 2nd time this afternoon. Luke is going to want to forget about those 2 at-bats, but they get 2 more across on the late pass ball there with 2 outs, and it's 4-0 Magicians after 2. We'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner and bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. And if you're enjoying this broadcast, I'd like to remind you that Marblehead's a 501c3 organization. Click subscribe on our page, on our YouTube page. You can also go to our website, marbleheadtv.org, and donate there. We'll be right back with the 3rd inning in just a moment. Let's see if Ruby Calianes can repeat the 2nd inning where she struck out the side. She's coming off 4 straight strikeouts here. For the 7, 8, and 9 hitters coming up for Swampscott. Melanie Blood to start. Cece O'Connor awaits. Swinging strike from Calianes, and she is locked in.
Come on, Luca Ray.
2 quick ones on Blood. Just got a piece and off Bornhurst's helmet and to the backstop. Looking for her 5th straight strikeout. Calianes fires too low. Just missed. 1 and 2. Off the handle and to the Swampscott dugout. Blood spoiled 2 of them. Here's another from Calianes, and Blood puts a ride into this one. That's going to be over the center fielder's head and to the fence. The Magicians get the ball back in quickly, but Blood is on with a double. That's the first hit for Swampscott this afternoon. Comes here in the top of the 3rd inning off the bat of Melanie Blood. The 1 junior on the Swampscott roster trying to get things started here. They're down 4-0. They need it. That brings up Megan Baker, the 1 senior on the roster. Offers out a bunt, goes over the bat, and it's strike 1. If you're going to leave it out there, you better hit the ball. perfect pitch from Calientes, too. Pulls that back, and it's still a strike. 2 on Baker. Calientes is still grooving here, despite the double. Blows it Bayer, strike 3.
I was just looking at you and thinking, who's so lucky that they have these nights?
5th strikeout for Calientes. It brings up CC O'Connor. Strike 1. Strike 2, the Big Blue sophomore down quickly here. 1 out. Runner on second. Little inside, even backed up the umpire. 1 and 2. Here's the pitch, in there. Strike 3. Back-to-back Ks, and number 6 for Calientes. Back to the top of the order with Olivia Barleta. Has 12 RBIs on the season, leads the team, looks at strike 1. This would be a timely opportunity for RBI number 13 to get the Big Blue on the board with the runner on second. But she is quickly down in the hole, 0-2. After fouling that one back. Barleta walked to start the game and then was caught stealing. This is popped up, might catch a car. Oh, good play by one of the fans over here. The 0-2 with 2 outs. Calientes digs in and deals. Ground ball to second, and it's Bayer. And they will hold the runner at third. Good throw coming in from center field. And on the throw, Barleta moved up to second smartly. So it's second and third with 2 down for Haskell. Strike 1 on Hayden Haskell, the freshman second baseman. Hard ground ball past the shortstop. Throw a little bit offline. Bornhurst had a bit of an issue with it. Actually, Bornhurst is at shortstop now, so Bornhurst got by her initially. Figure out who the catcher is. With Schmidt getting hurt, Bornhurst took her spot out at short. Back-to-back singles off Calientes make the game a bit more interesting with Blood scoring on that play. Barleta is at third. Haskell is at second, also moved up on the throw home. Fouled off by Madison Lilly. A ball and a strike on Lilly with 2 down. Infield in. Looper into right. And the play is made by Mortensen to end the inning. After 2.5, it is 4-1 Magicians. Swampscott gets one back. And it seems like that was Clara Donovan who made the last out of the top of the third for the Magicians. She's out in right field defensively with a few position changes that we'll get back into when the Magicians get back out there in the fourth. But Callie Ennis is due up here to start the bottom half of the third with a 3-run lead. Grounded to second base in her first at bat. Tringle fires high and wide. The Magicians' top 2 hitters have all 4 runs scored between them. But Haley Schmidt hurt her ankle on one of the steals. Claire Donovan credited with one of those runs. Hard ground ball to short, but there's going to be no play there. Really nice play by O'Connor at short, but didn't have a chance to get Callie Ennis, who was aboard here to start the third. She'll be pinch run for. Sokoloff will come in. Umpires making the proper adjustments on their card. Before Tessa Andriano will step in. She walked in the first. It's the only walk given up by Tringle this afternoon. Both pitchers have walked one. It's inside for ball 1. That one's off the plate for ball 2. Tessa just waiting to see a strike here from Tringle. Won't see one there, and that should move the runner up easily, as it does. So Sokolov up there on second on the pass ball. Game could be tied if not for pass balls between this tandem out there, pitching and catching for the Big Blue. Both runs last inning scored on a ball that got to the fence, and there's no reason to throw it back to the plate to try to get the runner who was going to score. Threw it past the pitcher for the second run to cross. That made it 4-1. Or 4-0, excuse me. There's a swing and strike. Full count. Tringle works her way back. There's a strike 3, but it was dropped. They throw Andriano out at first. Sokolov moves up to third. 4th strikeout. For Tringle. Brings up Hallisey, who singled in the first. The 1-0, past Blood at third. And O'Connor can't pick it up. Safe at first is Hallisey, and that's an RBI as she drives in Sokolov from third. It's 5-1 Magicians. Eva Walton looks at strike number 1. She grounded to short her first at bat. Blood had a chance on that. It was just off her hip to the left. She was a little stuck in the mud, unable to make the play. O'Connor wouldn't have had a chance, even if she could have picked it up cleanly off the diamond. Walton, the 0-2 pitch, slow roller back to the mound, and they can't make the play, and Walton's safe at first. A low throw from Tringle. Lily couldn't dig it out. And it's first and second. Anna Babowski up with 2 on. The senior, a chance to make some noise here on senior day. That is low. Skips in there. There's the 2-0. Across the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Babowski struck out her first at bat after going up in the count, 3-0. Sees ball 3 here in this at bat. It's a 3-1 count. Makes contact to short. O'Connor picks it up, throws across. It takes Lily off the bag, and she's still called out. And Johnny Gold's going to challenge this, or at least talk to the umpire, and they'll conference. Home plate umpire probably had a good look at that, looking up the line, and says she got her. Good play by Lily if she actually was able to apply that tag. That's a second out of the inning. It moves the runners up. Consider that basically a sacrifice ground ball for Babowski. Ashley Mortensen in the box. First pitch was a strike. Let's see if Tringle throws a pass ball here. Same situation as last inning, and they got both runners across when Tringle threw it away. That one's in there, but it's a ball. Looked like a good pitch. 1-1. That's too high. First base is open. Magicians will happily fill it if Tringle wants to give it up. There's a 9-hitter for the Magicians, Ashley Mortensen. And that's ball 3. She hit a very slow roller back to the pitcher in the second inning. Here up with 2 on. Hitters count in the third. With 2 outs, here's the pitch. In there for strike 2. Full count. Much better control here from Tringle in a pressure situation. The 3-2. Ground ball. Back to Tringle. And she's safe. The play made Tringle stumble just a little bit as she picked it up off the ground, and that gave Mortensen enough time to get down the line. It's an RBI for Ashley as she scores Sophia Hallisey from third. Ava Walton takes her place 60 feet from home. It's 6-1 Marblehead Runners on the corners for the top of the order. It's Isabel Mortensen. Shows bunt and pulls back. Ashley swipes the bag at second. Just like that, they get two runners back in scoring position. Over Mortensen's head for a ball. 1-1 is the count. Big spot here for the Magicians' leadoff hitter. She's been on twice and scored twice. Trying to drive him in this time. And that one's too high. 2-1. Here's the pitch in the dirt. It's Byer to the backstop, and Walton's going to score. The fourth run scored on passed balls for the Magicians here of their 7. Swampscott killing themselves. 7-1. Ashley Mortensen all of a sudden on third base. Isabel trying to drive her in. Here's the 3-1. Slow ground ball to first. It's foul. Full. Counts full. That's ripped up the middle. Ashley's in, Isabel's on, and it's 8-1. That is the fourth run across here in the bottom of the third inning. Foul tip from Donovan. Hidden in Schmidt's spot, who's out injured. Twisted her ankle on the slide in the second. Mortensen on first. She is 3 for 3 from the leadoff spot today. That one handcuffed Donovan, but Mortensen steals second. It's her second stolen base. What a day she's putting together. Two strikes on Donovan with 2 outs, 4 runs across here in the third. And Tringle wants to get back to the bench. Not yet, as that one's low. Swing and a miss. That is strike 3. The inning finally comes to an end. 4 runs score for the Magicians. They lead it 8-1 after 3.
NGB is always here to help.
Thank you, NGB.
No, thank you.
What would we do without NGB?
They're always so helpful.
Thanks, NGB. Thanks, NGB.
Always here to help.
Thanks, NGB.
Always happy to help. I'm no hero. I'm just doing my job.
Let's hear it for NGB, huh?
Wake up.
Hey, Jim.
We have customers to take care of. Welcome to NGB. How can we help you?
We're back with the top of the fourth inning. Calianes on the mound. Gonna work her way through the heart of the order here for the Big Blue. But these three batters came up in the second, and she mowed them down 1, 2, 3, all by way of the K. She's comfortable with this 4, 5, 6 hitters for Swampscott. A little bit of a delay here. Coaching staff for Beverly making their way over to third. Calianes giving up just 2 hits, struck out 6, walked 1. Three hits. First pitch of the fourth's in there for a strike to Lily Rice. Calianes lost control of that one right out of her hand. Barely made it halfway. High swinging strike at a ball. Makes it 1-2. Sliced foul. Calianes out there with the comfortable 7-run lead. Coming off a 12-0 Mercy Rule win over Winthrop. Trying to make it 2 in a row in that style. And she gets Rice for the second time, swinging. Strikeout number 7 for Calianes. That brings to the plate Swampscott's number 7, Lauren Fahey. Looks at a ball high after showing bunt. Fahey struck out looking in the second. Calianes has got 2 batters looking, 5 swinging. That'll even the count at 1. Fahey doing the catching for the Big Blue, having a tough time back there today. Trying to take out the Marblehead catcher with that one. Fouls it off for Mask. It's Mortensen back there doing the catching. Isabel Mortensen up now as Luca Bornhurst has moved out to short with the Schmidt injury. Walton is out in right, and that is strikeout number 8. Just as she did in the second inning. Back-to-back strikeouts of Rice and Fahey here in the fourth. It's Miller time. Strike 1 on Delaney Miller. That one rides inside. Calianes looking for her third 1-2-3 inning. A 2-1 pitch to Miller. Floats in there, off speed, right across the plate, had her fooled, and it's 2-2. Just getting a piece to hang in there is Miller. Tad inside. It brushed Miller back, not sure if she needed it. Full count with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Ball 4 just a little bit low. And Miller is on for the first time. So she can't get the 1-2-3 in and all by strikeout with the Rice Fahey Miller like she did in the 2nd. That brings up Blood. And Melanie Blood looks at strike 1. That's one thing Calianes has done really well this afternoon is start batters off with strikes, getting ahead in the count. Way ahead now, 0-2. Blood doubled last inning to start off the 3rd and is the only run across for the Big Blue this afternoon. Fouls this one into the trees. The 0-2. My goodness, that was close. Ball 1 to Blood. Did not miss by much. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and she does strike out the side for the 2nd time today. 9 strikeouts for Calianes through 4 innings. It's a 7-run lead for the Magicians, and they're coming up. A new pitcher on for Swampscott here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It is Hayden Haskell, a freshman. We also moved Rice into left field. Looks like that's the only other change. But we'll find out if I make a mistake. First pitch from Haskell was a ball. Bornhurst, ground ball back to her, off her glove, and not enough time for Blood to make the play after the deflection. Haskell had a chance, couldn't make the play cleanly, and Bornhurst is on for a first time. She's happy that it's a new pitcher and that Tringle's out of the game. She had struck out twice against Tringle, and now she's on with an infield single or error on the pitcher, however you'd like to score that. Bornhurst quickly steals second on the first pitch. And she's in scoring position for Calianes. The 1-0 to third. It ends up being the shortstop's play, and O'Connor has none. Bobbled it. And Calianes is on. Bornhurst stays put at second. Stolen base works out. Could have been a double play ball or an easier play to second. But they get neither. 2 runners on, pinch runner on for Calianes. Once again, it's Sokolov, who's ended up scoring as a pinch runner last inning. Part of the 4-run third. Andriano fouls her first pitch off to the dugout. Lifts this one into the gap, and that's going to do damage. Bornhurst rounds third. She's in to score. Sokolov rounds third. She's in. It's 10-1. 2 RBIs for Andriano on the double. The Magicians quickly all over Hayden Haskell in relief. No outs in the inning. Single, single, double. 2 runs in. Bunt laid down, back to Haskell. She forgoes it, allows the third baseman to play it, and Blood makes the play. Nice job by Swampscott there. Everybody moving in position. And the second baseman, Megan Baker, the senior, an intelligent play, getting over to first in time. But we're going to have some conversation here between the umpires. And she is out. Call is confirmed. Andriano moves up to third. Five to 4 is the putout. That brings up Eva Walton. Looks at ball 1. Andriano 60 feet away. Trying to be the 11th run and to put the Magicians up by double digits. Hard ground ball to third. Andriano's got to stay where she is. Walton's thrown out. Back-to-back plays by Blood in the field. Really helping her team out. Brings up Babowski, 0 for 2. Big spot for the senior on senior day. She had runners on last inning and grounded to short. Fouls this one away. Counts 1-1. Outside to Babowski, 2-1. First 3 batters of the inning for the Magicians reached. 2 have crossed. Andriano's on third. It's a pop-up. Could be a tough play. Right fielder charging, and she snow cones it. Made a casual-looking play, and it ends the inning. Magicians get 2 more. They lead it 10-1 after 4. And we'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner in bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. We'll be back with inning number 5 in just a moment. Top 5 for Swampscott. They'll bring up to 8 and 9 hitters, and then back to the top of the order. Calianes just struck out the side, working around a walk with 2 outs. And this will be Baker, and O'Connor will follow, and she has struck both of them out as well. Did that in the third after a leadoff double by Blood. The base is empty here. And the first pitch of the 5th is a strike. Once again, starting off on the right foot, Calianes up in the count. 0-2, right down Broadway. And Baker left the bat on the shoulder. Calianes working quick and makes quick work of Baker. Second time she's been rung up. Strikeout number 10 for Calianes. Back-to-back games with double-digit Ks for Ruby. Another strike, this time started off against O'Connor, a 9-hitter. She was strikeout victim number 6 and might be number 11 in just a moment. 2 quick ones. Strike 3. Baker and O'Connor both strike out for the second time today. Strikeout number 11. Back to the top of the order. Their best hitter, Olivia Barleta, with 12 RBIs, has walked and singled. One of only 2 batters that she has not struck out. She's up 0-2 on Barleta and wants to change that statistic right here. Calientes fires too high. A little more deliberate with that pitch. Took some time prior. She worked quick against O'Connor. Better hitter up there now with Barleta. Rolls that one, and it's 2-2. Got plenty of cushion. Don't want to lose her. Let the defense make a play. Fouled off. Barleta stays alive. The 2-2 grounded to first. Walton can still make the play. She does. Picks it up and flips it to McGovern. 1-2-3. Go the Big Blue once again here in the 5th. Magicians lead at 10-1, and they're due up. Hayden Haskell back out there for her second inning of work for the Big Blue after taking over for Tringle last inning. Magicians all over her at the start. First 3 batters of the 4th reached, but then she got the next 3 batters out. 2 runs scored to make it 10-1. Ashley Mortensen up here in the 9 spot for the Magicians, and she looks at strike 1. Rolls in there. One and one. One and two on Mortensen. She's grounded out, singled and drove in a run. Ground ball to short. O'Connor across in time. Nice play by the Big Blue shortstop. And back to the top of the order. Slow roller from Isabel Mortensen. Going to have to hustle down the line. And she tagged her. I didn't know that they were going to converge there on the line. It looked like Mortensen was a step ahead and was going to force a throw, but nice job by Haskell to reach out and apply the tag, and that is quickly 2 outs for the Magicians. First time Mortensen hasn't reached. She was 3 for 3 prior to that. Two and 0 on Donovan. Again, hitting for Schmidt, injured early. Strike there on Clara. 2 balls, 1 strike. Donovan thought about it and then thought correctly to hold up 3-1. That's only strike 2. Claire's going to have another chance. Full count. And that is ball 4. Now you can go down there. Luca Bornhurst, 1 for 2, single stolen base, and a run scored, all in the 4th inning. Struck out in the 1st and 2nd before the pitching change. Hard grounder, right back to Haskell. And 1, 2, 3, 4 go the Magicians in the 5th. Best inning defensively for the Big Blue, but they still trail by 9 heading into the 6th. It'll be the number 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Big Blue in the top of the 6th inning to face Ruby Calianes. Who has 11 strikeouts through 5 innings. And starts Haskell off right with a strike. Calianes continues to get ahead of the batters with the first strike. That's why she has found such great success here this afternoon. One and 2 on Haskell. Barleta and Haskell, the only 2 batters that Calianes has not struck out here this afternoon in the Swampscott order. Wants to change that right here. The 1-2. Haskell lifts it. And Walton makes the play at second. That is only the 4th putout by the Magicians' defense. Everything else has been done by Calianes herself. And then 1 caught stealing. Madison Lilly looks at an off-speed pitch. Flutters past her eyes for ball 1. Ruby comes back with the fastball. Byer evens the count. Ball 2. 9-run lead for Calianes and the Magicians. That one is low. 3-1. Magicians have scored in every inning except the last one. So looper to short, tough play for Bornhurst. She has to go behind the bag to make the play. Try not to trip over the base in the process. Makes the play. Oh, Calianes allowing her defense to help her out here in this inning. Little pop up to second. And looper to short for the first 2 outs. It brings up Rice, who has struck out twice. Offers at that high and outside pitch for strike 1. Quickly down 0-2. Calianes going to try to strike her out for the 3rd time. Instead, it's a line drive, and it's off the glove of Walton and into the outfield for a single. Good piece of hitting by Rice. Just the 4th hit allowed by Calianes this afternoon. It'll bring up Lauren Fahey, who has also struck out twice. Ball 1 low. Good scoop by Mortensen. Count is 2-0 on the Big Blue 5-hitter. Three 3-0. Been a long time since it's been a 3-0 count for Calientes, if at all, this afternoon. That's a strike, despite it not being caught. Throw down, not in time, behind the runner. Bornhurst makes the catch. There was not a lot of urgency from Rice. I think she thought she was going to get in there a lot easier. And she's on second now. 3-1 count. Make it 3-2. Perfect pitch. Calientes battling back here. On the ground to short. Bornhurst makes a nice play on a hard grounder and gets her. It's the only inning. Calientes doesn't record a strikeout, but they leave Rice on second. And no damage done, and it's still 10-1 going into the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be Ruby Calientes, Andriano, and Hallisey here in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Magicians. They lead it 10-1. Third inning of work for Haskell. Her first pitch, too high. Hard ground ball, past the third baseman and shortstop. It splits them, and Calientes is on. Third time Calientes has reached this afternoon, and third time she will be pinch run for. Sokolov back on to do those duties. She scored twice in place of Calientes. That brings up Andriano, who hit a long double in her last at-bat. Would love to duplicate that. She was on in the first by way of the walk and has struck out. That is drilled to short. O'Connor picks it up, and second baseman can't catch it. Sokolov back to her feet and scampers over to third. Comes up short on the slide on that. That is how you twist your ankle, and you can ask Haley Schmidt all about that. The sand is not very forgiving here on this diamond. And now we're going to have a conversation between the shortstop and coach. It looks like caught her finger. And O'Connor is going to come out of the game. So now both teams have lost their starting shortstop. O'Connor made a really nice play on that. Baker couldn't control the throw. It was a short throw off the top of her glove. And she's going to stay in. Sophomore CeCe O'Connor decides she'll tough it out. Back-to-back singles to start the inning. Andriano will hustle over to second with no throw down. They checked over at third. Sokolov hadn't moved. The pitch was a strike to Hallisey. Ground ball to third, and Blood boots it. One run across, and an error on Blood, and not sure why. Hallisey trying to advance to second on that play and is thrown out. Sokolov scores in Calientes' spot again. And Andriano also scores. Hallisey on that attempt to move up to second. egged them on to throw in the ball to get her out, and Andriano scampered home. And Blood, back-to-back errors, can't handle it. She's made some good plays, and now she's made back-to-back poor ones. That one a little harder than that first one. But Walton's on. A little bit of trickery on the base pass from the Magicians this inning to get the 12th run in. 12-1 the score. Babowski up. 1 out in the inning. Babowski lines it right back to the pitcher, and she doubles her up at first. There's no way. But called out nonetheless. Give credit where it's due to the pitcher, Haskell, the comebacker. Got her glove up there quickly to steal one from Babowski, and a heads-up play to throw it over to first for the double play. That ends the bottom of the 6th inning. Magicians push 2 more across and lead it 12-1. Well, here we are, top of the 7th inning. Wasn't sure if we'd make it here. 8-1 after 3. But that 1 run for Swampscott, they've done just enough to hang in this game and not be mercy ruled. They need 11 runs here in the top of the 7th inning. Caliente's going to try and close them out. She's got 11 strikeouts as she's on her way to a complete game. Miller steps in for the Big Blue. Delaney Miller, freshman outfielder, swings and fouls off pitch number 1. She has struck out in the 2nd and walked in the 4th. That one must have been a little bit inside, 1-1. Some good-looking pitches called balls here today. And that one makes her jump out of the way, but is called a strike. 1-2 on Miller. That one's high. Calientes has struck out the side twice in the 2nd and 4th inning. The 6th inning, the only inning she did not record a strikeout in. Back-to-back balls from Calientes, and the count is full. Strikeout number 12. Caliente. 1 out in the 7th. Brings up Melanie Blood. She's got the best hit of the day for the Big Blue, a double in the 3rd. She's the only one who has scored. Swing and a miss at a high pitch there. Would have been a ball. 1-1. Blood, ground ball to short. And Bornhurst throws across for the out. 2 down, and Swampscott down to their final out. And Luca has been strong at short since coming out from behind the plate to take the spot of the injured Haley Schmidt. She's assisted twice and made a putout in the last inning on that tough line drive. Strike 1 on Baker. Megan Baker, the 1 senior for the Big Blue on their roster. On senior day here at Marblehead Veterans Middle School Field, trying to keep her team alive. 1-1. She has struck out twice. That's over the inside corner for strike two. Big Blue down to their final strike. The pitch from Calientes. Line drive over the first baseman's head. And Baker on with a single. Keeps the game moving. There's CeCe O'Connor, number 9 hitter, wearing number 9, a sophomore, with 2 outs and a runner on. Strike one. O'Connor has struck out twice in both of her at-bats. Ump didn't like it. 1-1 is the count. Fouled back. And down to their final strike again. Pop up to short, and that's the ball game. Bornhurst ends it. (12-1) is the final. Behind 12 strikeouts from Ruby Calientes. Allows just 1 run. And 4 hits. 5 hits on the afternoon. What a game for Calientes and the Magicians. When we come back, I'll announce the Marblehead Sports Shop Player of the Game. Bet you can guess who it's going to be.
The Marblehead Sports Shop offers custom sports apparel, team uniforms, and Marblehead branded one-of-a-kind gifts, and is proud to present the MHS Sports on MHTV Player of the Game.
Well, just gave you the stats. We'll give them to you one more time. The Marblehead Sports Shop Player of the Game this afternoon is Ruby Calientes. 12 Ks, 5 hits allowed, 1 run, 1 earned run, and 2 walks. Unbelievable afternoon for Ruby, one of the leaders of the team for sure. She's been getting it done on the mound and at the plate lately. She was also 3 for 4 on the afternoon. So Ruby Calientes is our Marblehead Sports Shop Player of the Game. Congratulations, Ruby, from the Sports Shop and us here at MHTV. And once again, before we go, we'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner and bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. And just a reminder, we are a 501c3 nonprofit, so if you enjoyed this broadcast, click on our subscribe button right here on YouTube, and then you can also follow us on Facebook and on my Twitter page at JustMHTV Sports. You can make a donation on our Facebook page or at marbleheadtv.org. Once again, from Marblehead Veterans Middle School Field this afternoon on Senior Day, the Magicians win it 12-1 behind 12 strikeouts from Ruby Calientes. For all of us here at MHTV and for MHS Sports, I'm Jess Burton. We'll see you next time.
NGB is always here to help.
Thank you, NGB.
No, thank you.
What would we do without NGB?
They're always so helpful.
Thanks, NGB. Thanks, NGB.
Always here to help.
Thanks, NGB.
Always happy to help. I'm no hero. I'm just doing my job.
Let's hear it for NGB, huh?
Wake up.
Hey, Jim.
We have customers to take care of. Welcome to NGB. How can we help you?